You can do better. Girl, you can do better. Right? We hear this all the time. Girls talk to their girlfriends. They talk to their family members. But he just doesn't treat me with the respect that I feel like I need. Right? Like, he comes home all day, and I've been home all day, and like, doesn't even like give me as much attention as I want. You know? The girlfriend's like, girl, you deserve better. You sitting at home having all of your bills paid. You sitting at home not having to worry about anything. You can do whatever you want. You can go to the gym all day. You can do whatever you want. But you're right. You deserve better. And what does that usually look like? You deserve better? How about you get divorced and you get your tail out there and get yourself a job and you pay your own bills, and then you don't got time to lay around all day. You don't have time to go to the gym. But nonetheless, right, we listen to our friends. You deserve better. You deserve somebody who's going to cater to you. You deserve somebody who's going to work all day and come home and rub your feet. No, you don't deserve that. And your real friends, by the way, that wouldn't be their advice. But nonetheless, isn't that what society tells us as women? You deserve better. You can do better. Okay? And the goal is to become an independent woman. So this is what I was taught as a small child. I imagine most of you in here as well, is that you don't need a man. You don't want to rely on a man to pay your bills. So you delay relationships, right? You got to get an education. You got to get education. You have to have the means to support yourself. So you delay all these relationships that maybe you would otherwise, like, biologically want to get into. Work 2 jobs if you have to, girl, but be independent, girl, right? Girl, I'm independent. If I got to work 3 jobs, I ain't going to worry about no man to pay my bills. Okay, well, you work 3 jobs, because I'm going to go get married and have a husband, and I'm going to have a life. But you work 3 jobs, you bad self, right? So get education, delay relationships, work 2 jobs. This is what feminism looks like. Anywhere in this does it say, you got to be a good wife. You got to be a good mom. How about a decent human being? Because in my experience, feminism teaches you the opposite. So let's look at the constant indoctrination, and I'm going to blow through this because people have already gone over this, but there's television programming. Look at the television shows. Men are they're all bumbling idiots. They can't take care of kids, right? Men are referred to as babysitters in these sitcoms. Look at our commercials, right? Men in the commercials, they're an afterthought. Look at the television programming Sex and the City. What did Sex and the City tell women? You live a superficial life. Just have random, careless sex. Pay your bills. Live in a small apartment by yourself, right? But as long as you have lunch with your girlfriends, girl, you got it going on. What about those programs facilitates healthy relationships? Nothing, none. Again, education, I think other people have hit on that. We go through formal education, public education, and you guys read, now they're teaching, 3rd graders about masturbation? No, my kids won't, if I can't help it, my kids will never step foot in a public school. Nobody's going to teach my child about masturbation. It's absurd. We're not learning about healthy relationships. And what is the public school system doing anyway? Teaching our children about sexuality. But yeah, someone who said earlier, we need to get back to, what about home economics? They're not teaching that anymore. I remember when boys used to take shop class, learn how to rebuild carburetors. They're not doing that anymore. So education has really slipped over into social indoctrination. That's where we are. Now, the mental health profession, I was a child therapist before I went to law school, and I'm actually getting a PhD right now. And in one of my courses, just a couple weeks ago, we are on a Zoom. And this is Liberty University, right? Christian University. And we're on a Zoom, and this feminist agenda comes blaring through my speakers. I'm like, what? I unmuted my mic. So I'm paying a lot of money to this university not to have you force some feminist Kool-Aid down my throat. Talking about how women are oppressed. Women are oppressed? I'm sorry, in America, women are oppressed? We are some of the most privileged women in the world is American women. There's a little girl in my class from Nigeria, and we had a private conversation, and she said, I've never heard an American woman speak the truth like you just did. She goes, American women don't realize how privileged they are. because we don't. But I made it clear to the professors, to the class, I'm not paying you money to force this feminist Kool-Aid down my throat that I know is a lie. This is a PhD program. So